Chapter 1. The room fell silent so suddenly it felt suffocating. Every conversation died mid-sentence as eyes locked onto the center of the gathering. Shock spread across their faces like wildfire. Damian Cross stood frozen beside the table, the smile on his lips slowly disappearing. His grip tightened around the whiskey glass in his hand until his knuckles turned pale. Before he could speak, Serena Vale leaned closer to him with a bright, almost innocent smile. "Miss Hart," she said sweetly, blinking in exaggerated surprise, "you actually kept your marriage a secret? Were you ever planning to tell us?" I met her gaze calmly, though my pulse hammered violently inside my chest. "Some truths don't need explaining," I replied evenly. "But yes, I'm still the legal wife." Once, I had believed Serena knew nothing about Damian and me. I thought she was Navi, just another cheerful young officer caught in his orbit. I was wrong. Lying in that military hospital months ago, listening to Serena brag about how Damian always chose her first, I finally understood. She had known all along. The tension thickened instantly. Someone nearby laughed awkwardly, desperate to ease the atmosphere. "So our famous frontline reporter is married? No wonder she skips every mixer. Come on, Miss Hart, what kind of man managed to steal your heart?" "Must be someone extraordinary." I forced a faint smile. "Maybe you'll meet him someday." Another voice teased from across the room. "You're not inventing this to dodge rumors, are you? Women your age get pressured eventually. Right, General Cross?" Serena tilted her head toward Damian playfully. The bitterness rising inside me nearly made me laugh. Damian finally responded with a low grunt, cold, indifferent, unreadable. And somehow, that hurt more than anger. After everything, why was I still waiting for him to choose me? Then a calm male voice cut through the suffocating tension. "Is Evelyn Hart here? I came to pick her up." The room turned toward the doorway. A tall man stood there in a pristine white research coat, gold-rimmed glasses reflecting the light. Clean-cut, composed, dangerous in the quietest way. Dr. Adrian Vale, lead engineer of the Military Research Division. A genius everyone on base respected. And the man staring directly at me. A faint smile touched his lips. "Evelyn," he said softly, "let's go home." The room erupted instantly. "That's Adrian Vale, RD's prodigy?
He's her fiancé?
What kind of insane power couple is this?" I rose calmly, slinging my camera over my shoulder. "Excuse me," I said politely. "I'll be leaving first." The moment I stood, I could feel Damian's gaze burning into my back. Heavy, possessive, furious. Just before I reached the door, his voice cracked through the room. "Evelyn." I stopped and turned slowly. His expression was dark enough to terrify anyone else. "What is it, General Cross?" Before he could answer, Serena wrapped herself around his arm with a sugary smile. "We're celebrating my medal ceremony tonight," she chimed. "General Cross is taking me out. Why don't you join us?" I glanced once at Damian, silent, watching, waiting. Then I smiled faintly. "No," I answered. "Congratulations, but I already have plans." And this time, I walked away without looking back. Even after the Jeep doors closed behind me, I could still feel Damian staring. Like he finally realized something precious was slipping through his fingers. Beside me, Adrian adjusted his glasses as he started the engine. "Rough night?" he asked lightly. I exhaled slowly, staring out at the passing military housing. "Something like that. 7 years. 7 years of marriage, loyalty, and waiting inside that tiny home Damian rarely returned to anymore. There was a time we used to sit together on the couch until midnight arguing about politics, sharing coffee, laughing over terrible news broadcasts. But somewhere along the way, I became invisible. And Serena became the center of his world. What Damian didn't know was that I was finally done waiting. Chapter 2. The moment Evelyn Hart stepped into her apartment, her phone exploded with notifications. Calls, messages, tags, mentions. Her chest tightened instantly. Then Sarah Bennett, her editor, called. "Evelyn, open the military forum right now." Something in Sarah's voice made her stomach drop. Evelyn opened the link, and the world around her went silent. General Damian Cross publicly confirms relationship with Lieutenant Serena Vale, base's golden couple, officially revealed. Below the headline were 2 photographs. In the first, Serena stood close to Damian during her award ceremony, carefully pinning a medal onto his uniform while looking at him like he hung the stars in the sky. In the second, fighter jets streaked behind them as Damian rested one possessive hand against Serena's waist. The caption beneath the photos shattered whatever remained of Evelyn's composure. Damian Cross, meet Serena Vale, the woman I love. And Serena replied minutes later, Serena Vale, always beside you, always yours. Evelyn stared at the screen without blinking. 7 years. 7 years as his wife. 7 years hidden in the shadows while he protected another woman openly without hesitation. It felt cruel. Like every sacrifice she had ever made for him meant absolutely nothing. Sarah was furious on the other end of the line. This is unbelievable. Everyone's saying Serena was the mistress and Damian's trying to clean up her image publicly. You're still legally married to him, Evelyn. But Evelyn's voice remained terrifyingly calm. Did the transfer request go through? Sarah paused. The International Conflict Desk? Evelyn, are you serious? That position's overseas. Once you leave, there's no guarantee you'll come back. Evelyn walked slowly toward the apartment window, staring at the glittering city beyond the military base. 7 years ago, she had abandoned that dream for Damian. This time, she wouldn't abandon herself. My decision is final. Damian and Evelyn had grown up together inside the same military compound. After both their parents died during a rescue operation overseas, they became each other's only family. He had always protected her, always stood in front of danger first. When Damian nearly died after taking a bullet during an ambush mission, Evelyn spent 3 nights beside his hospital bed, refusing to sleep. On her 25th birthday, she received the biggest opportunity of her career, an offer to join the International Conflict Bureau abroad. Damian said nothing that entire night. He only held her hand tightly, eyes bloodshot, silently begging her not to leave. The next morning, she declined the offer and chose him instead. She became a frontline war correspondent, chasing gunfire and surviving explosions just to stay close to the world he lived in. At the time, she believed love made every sacrifice worthwhile. Now she realized love alone could destroy a person too. Her phone vibrated again. Damian, his special ringtone once comforting now sounded unbearable. Evelyn answered silently. Damian's voice came immediately, cold and irritated. Was bringing Adrian Vale there really necessary? He snapped. Trying to make me jealous? Evelyn said nothing. He continued harshly, don't forget who saved you during that hostage crisis in Karvak. You need me more than you think. Before she could respond, Serena's cheerful voice echoed faintly through the call. Damian, come cut the cake? His tone softened instantly. A softness Evelyn hadn't heard directed at her in years. Serena and I are leaving for joint operations tomorrow, he said. I'll deal with the announcement afterward, so stop overreacting. Then, almost casually, wait for me tonight, I'll bring your favorite strawberry cake. Evelyn closed her eyes slowly. Years ago, Damian hadn't even wanted a military career. His real dream had been research and engineering. But after accompanying Evelyn to a military press briefing, commanding officers noticed his talent and recruited him immediately. She fought against it. Combat service would destroy the future he truly wanted. But Damian chose it anyway. Later that night, he held her tightly and whispered against her hair, I'll earn enough honors to give you a better life. And he did. Until ambition, distance, and Serena slowly changed everything between them. At first, whenever rumors linked Damian to another woman, he would rush across bases just to reassure Evelyn. He promised repeatedly, you're my wife, no one else. So she endured. Until Serena arrived. During a flood rescue mission, Serena slipped into the river during a panic. Damian jumped in without hesitation and carried her back in his arms. The photos spread through every military network overnight, and for the first time Damian never explained himself. The silence afterward hurt more than betrayal itself. Suddenly, Evelyn realized the phone call had ended minutes ago. Without hesitation, she contacted military administration. I'd like to begin divorce proceedings, she said quietly. If she was leaving the country soon, then she would leave Damian behind too. What Evelyn never expected was Damian arriving at their apartment later that night, with Serena standing beside him. Chapter 3, the apartment door opened just past midnight. Damian Cross walked in first, and Serena Vale followed closely behind him. Her cheeks were flushed from alcohol, her laughter soft and careless as she clung to Damian's arm like she belonged there. Like she belonged in Evelyn's home. Evelyn, Serena called brightly. We brought you strawberry cake. Damian steadied Serena with one hand, his expression calm, almost normal. Careful, he murmured to her. You drank too much tonight. Then he looked at Evelyn casually as if nothing about the situation was inappropriate. "Serena's staying here tonight. She's not sober enough to go back alone." Evelyn felt something inside her snap quietly. This was their apartment, their home, and Damian was bringing another woman into it without shame. Before Evelyn could speak, Damian added coldly, "You still make decent coffee, right? Make Serena something to sober her up." The humiliation hit harder than expected. Evelyn stared at him in disbelief. "There were dozens of officers at that celebration," she said quietly. "Take her somewhere else." Damian's expression darkened instantly. "When did you become this unreasonable?" The word unreasonable nearly made her laugh. "You publicly called another woman the love of your life," Evelyn whispered. "And now you bring her into our home?" Her voice finally cracked. "Get out." For a brief second, Damian looked conflicted. Then Serena suddenly stumbled backward near the upstairs hallway window. A scream shattered the apartment. Glass exploded, and Serena fell from the second-floor balcony. Everything happened too fast. Damian's face drained of color as he rushed downstairs in panic. "Serena!" He dropped to his knees beside her trembling body, fear consuming him completely. Evelyn stood frozen upstairs. Then Damian looked up at her. The rage in his eyes was terrifying. "You pushed her." "I didn't." The slap came so hard it knocked Evelyn against the wall. Pain exploded across her face. Blood filled her mouth. Damian stared at her with disgust. "I never thought you'd become this vicious." That sentence destroyed whatever remained of her love for him, completely. As Damian lifted Serena into his arms, Evelyn suddenly stepped forward and threw a document against his chest. "Divorce papers. Sign them," she said coldly, "or you're not leaving." Damian didn't even read them. Blinded by anger and panic, he signed instantly before storming out with Serena in his arms. But just before the door closed, Serena opened her eyes briefly over Damian's shoulder and smiled at Evelyn, victorious. The next morning, military forums exploded. War correspondent Evelyn Hart accused of attacking Lieutenant Serena Vale over General Damian Cross. Photos flooded the internet. Damian carrying Serena into the hospital. Evelyn entering the housing unit earlier that night. Rumors spread like wildfire. People called Evelyn obsessive, jealous, violent. Then an anonymous post appeared claiming Evelyn had secretly chased Damian for years while Serena was the real woman beside him. The lies were devastating. Hands shaking, Evelyn called Damian repeatedly. He finally answered. There was silence between them for several seconds. Then Damian spoke coldly. "You went too far this time." Evelyn almost laughed. "You think I pushed her? You embarrassed Serena publicly," he snapped. "Everyone started calling her a mistress because of what you implied at the celebration. She got attacked online because of you? So your solution," Evelyn whispered bitterly, "was to destroy me instead?" Damian exhaled sharply. "Apologize to Serena publicly. I'll make this disappear." That was the moment Evelyn finally understood. Damian no longer cared about the truth. Only Serena. Only protecting her. Evelyn closed her eyes slowly, forcing back the tears threatening to break her apart. Then she said the words calmly. "We're done, Damian." A pause. "I'm leaving today." Her voice no longer trembled. "You and Serena can have each other." And for the first time in 7 years, Evelyn walked away from him without looking back. Conclusion. That night shattered everything Evelyn once believed about love. But from the ruins of betrayal, something stronger was born. Freedom. For years, Evelyn had sacrificed her dreams, her career, and pieces of herself for Damian Cross. She endured silence, rumors, loneliness, and heartbreak because she believed love meant staying. Now she understood. Love should never require someone to disappear. The divorce papers were more than an ending. They were her first step toward reclaiming herself. The accusations, the public humiliation, and the heartbreak still hurt deeply, but they no longer had the power to define her. Because Evelyn Hart was no longer waiting to be chosen. This time, she chose herself. Chapter 4, Damian barely heard Evelyn's last words. The moment the nurse informed him Serena was awake, he rushed toward her hospital room without hesitation. "General Cross, Lieutenant Vale is asking for you," the nurse said urgently. "I'm coming." But halfway down the corridor, Damian suddenly stopped. A thought crossed his mind. Something sharp, guilty. He turned toward his aide. "The necklace," he said quietly. "Is it finished?" The aide nodded immediately. "The eternal heart piece you designed arrived this morning." Damian exhaled slowly. "Send it to Evelyn." Even now, some part of him believed Evelyn would calm down eventually. She always did. Whenever they fought, he would buy her something small, a rare camera lens, flowers from another country, handwritten notes tucked into her gear before missions. And every time she forgave him. Because no matter how angry Evelyn became, she loved him too much to leave. "And the matching earrings?" the aide asked. Damian's gaze softened unconsciously. "Give those to Serena." Inside the VIP hospital suite, cameras flashed nonstop. Serena sat weakly against the hospital bed, pale and fragile beneath the blankets, while Damian carefully adjusted her pillow beside her. The image looked perfect. Devoted general. Injured woman. Tragic love story. A reporter leaned closer eagerly. "Lieutenant Vale, online rumors claim Evelyn Hart attacked you out of jealousy. Is that true?" Serena lowered her eyes with practiced sadness. "Please don't blame Evelyn," she whispered softly. "Damian is an exceptional man. I understand why someone might misunderstand our relationship." She never answered directly, but she didn't deny it either. The internet exploded instantly. The reporter looked thrilled. "So there really was conflict between you over General Cross." Serena forced a weak smile. "I don't want anyone hurt because of me." Then she casually brushed her hair aside, revealing the diamond earrings Damian designed personally for her. The cameras zoomed in immediately. "General Cross designed those himself?" Serena blushed shyly. "Yes." The reporter nearly melted on camera. "This is unbelievable devotion. General Cross truly treasures Lieutenant Vale." Meanwhile, across town, Sarah Bennett nearly threw her tablet across the room. "This is insane," she shouted. Evelyn sat silently on the couch, staring blankly at the television. Then Damian's aide arrived carrying a velvet jewelry box. Inside rested a breathtaking sapphire necklace. A note beneath it read, "Stop being stubborn." Sarah looked horrified. "He thinks jewelry fixes this." Without hesitation, she shoved the aide back toward the door. "Take it and leave." The newsroom quickly launched damage control online. Several journalists posted evidence that Evelyn had been assigned to the military housing unit years ago. Others pointed out the timeline inconsistencies in the accusations against her. "If Evelyn was trespassing," one post read sarcastically, "why does she have years of residential access records?" Another added, "Two photos prove nothing. Stop turning speculation into facts." For a moment, public opinion began shifting. Then Damian destroyed it himself. His official military account released a statement. "Evelyn Hart repeatedly accessed my private residence without authorization during my absence." Attached beneath it was the original housing assignment document. Evelyn's hands trembled violently as she stared at the screen. 7 years ago, Damian didn't qualify for military housing yet. She used her combat honors to secure that apartment for both of them. Back then, Damian held her face gently and smiled. "None of that matters," he told her, "as long as we're together." Now he had turned their memories into evidence against her. Sarah looked sick with anger. "Oh my God, he's trying to destroy you." Then she grabbed Evelyn's shoulders urgently. "The marriage certificate, release it now." Silence. Evelyn looked away slowly. "He took them." Sarah froze. On their wedding day, Damian had smiled brighter than Evelyn had ever seen. He carried the marriage certificates everywhere, proudly telling everyone he would frame them personally. But the frame was never made, because eventually, their marriage became his secret. Sarah's expression softened painfully. "You were really together for 7 years." Evelyn tried to smile, but her face refused. At that moment, her phone vibrated. A message from Adrian Vale. "Need help." Evelyn stared at it for several seconds before replying calmly. "Thank you, but no." Then she reached into her bag and handed Sarah a sealed folder. Sarah frowned. "What's this?" Evelyn's eyes finally hardened. "Release it." Inside the folder were 7 years of photographs, mission records, hospital documents, handwritten letters, and one final item, a copy of her divorce papers, signed by Damian Cross himself. Everything changed the moment the security footage was released. The military housing unit had hidden cameras. Damian Cross never even knew they existed. But Evelyn did. Years ago, after countless nights spent alone in an empty apartment waiting for a husband who rarely came home, she installed them for protection. She never imagined they would one day expose the man she loved. The footage spread across every military forum within minutes. And this time, the truth was undeniable. The video clearly showed Damian bringing Serena Vale into the apartment late at night. It showed Evelyn standing near the stairs, refusing to make coffee. It showed Serena climbing dangerously close to the upstairs balcony. And then, Serena throwing herself backward. No push, no attack, no struggle, just deliberate calculation. The final seconds of the video silenced the entire base. Damian slapping Evelyn hard enough to send her crashing into the wall. The internet exploded instantly. So Evelyn was telling the truth? That apartment was actually hers. General Cross hit her without even investigating. Serena literally jumped herself. Then why did Damian accuse Evelyn publicly? Questions flooded every platform. For the first time, public opinion turned violently against Damian and Serena. Sarah Bennett sat beside Evelyn reading comments aloud furiously. "They're finally seeing Serena for what she is," Sarah muttered. "Manipulative." Then her expression darkened further. "And Damian's even worse." Evelyn remained calm. Too calm? "It doesn't matter anymore," she said quietly. "He means nothing to me now." But Serena refused to let the narrative collapse. Within hours, she posted her own statement online. According to Serena, she had simply been drunk that night. Damian was only worried for her safety and brought her home to rest. She claimed Evelyn appeared unexpectedly and became emotional, insisting the apartment belonged to her. Then came the accusation hidden beneath fake innocence. "I remember feeling someone near me before I fell. Perhaps I misunderstood in the confusion." And finally, the real thing Serena cared about. She secretly installed cameras in the house without our knowledge. Instead of denying the manipulation, Serena tried shifting attention toward the cameras. Back in the hospital, Serena smashed her phone onto the bed in frustration after posting the statement. "That bitch planned this," she hissed internally. She had evidence the entire time. When Damian entered the room, Serena's entire demeanor changed instantly. Tears filled her eyes. "Damian, this is all my fault," she whispered shakily. "I drank too much. I never wanted things to become this ugly." She grabbed his sleeve weakly. "I should apologize to Evelyn." Damian originally came prepared to question her, but seeing Serena cry softened him immediately. "You need rest," he said gently. "I'll handle Evelyn." Still, something felt wrong. The footage haunted him. The slap haunted him more. For the first time in years, Damian called Evelyn repeatedly without receiving an answer. 1 call, 5 calls, 10, nothing. "She's being stubborn again," he muttered, though the unease in his chest kept growing heavier. Then another post appeared online. A simple message from Evelyn Hart. "Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again someday." Attached beneath it, her official military discharge papers. Damian froze. His entire body went cold. Evelyn was leaving the military, leaving the country. Leaving him, he called again immediately. No answer. Message after message followed. "Evelyn, what are you doing? Why didn't you discuss this with me first? We're still married. Pick up the phone." "Evelyn, what are you doing? Why didn't you discuss this with me first? We're still married. Pick up the phone." Then the final message, "If you disappear like this, I swear I'll lose my mind." The notification failed instantly. Blocked. Damian stared at the screen in disbelief. For the first time, panic truly set in. Across the room, Serena had already seen the announcement herself. Beneath her shock was excitement she struggled desperately to hide. Evelyn leaving meant victory, but she still forced tears into her eyes. Throwing aside the blankets dramatically, Serena stepped barefoot onto the cold hospital floor. "Damian," she cried, "did Evelyn leave because of me? Please take me to her. I need to apologize." Normally, Damian would have comforted her immediately. Today, her crying only irritated him. "This has nothing to do with you," he said distractedly. No, deep down, he already knew. This had everything to do with him. Before Serena could speak again, Damian's aide rushed into the room looking pale. "Sir?" He hesitated, then delivered the news that made Damian's blood run cold. "Information about your secret marriage to Evelyn Hart has been leaked online." Chapter 6. The truth destroyed everything overnight. Damian Cross stared at the leaked divorce agreement in complete disbelief, while Serena Vale's face turned deathly pale beside him. Then Evelyn Hart posted one final message before disappearing completely. Some people were curious about what Damian signed that night. "It was our divorce agreement.
There was never a secret fiancé.
I was married for 7 years. The apartment belonged to me. I simply added my ex-husband's name to the application." And with that, Evelyn shut off her phone, boarded an international flight, and vanished from Damian's world. For the first time in years, she felt something unfamiliar, peace. But fate wasn't finished with her yet. During the flight, Evelyn discovered Adrian Vale seated beside her. The quiet military researcher adjusted his cap slightly and smiled. What a coincidence! Evelyn almost laughed at the absurdity of it. Neither of them spoke much during the trip, but somehow the silence between them felt comforting instead of painful. After landing overseas, Evelyn cut every remaining connection to her old life. New city, new number, new career. She threw herself completely into work at the International Conflict Bureau, burying herself in reports, interviews, and military analysis. And somehow, Adrian kept appearing beside her. At first, it was accidental, passing each other near the Military Research Institute, running into each other after work. Dinner invitations that slowly became routine. Unlike Damian, Adrian never forced himself into her life. He simply stayed, patiently, quietly, steadily. One evening, Evelyn finally spoke honestly. "Adrian, I'm not ready for another relationship." Adrian smiled calmly. "That's okay." Then he added softly, "But I love you anyway." Evelyn froze, no pressure, no manipulation, just honesty. And strangely enough, that frightened her more than anything else. Months passed. For the first time in years, Evelyn began healing. Then Damian found her. 3 months later, Evelyn and Adrian were having dinner together after work when the restaurant doors suddenly burst open. Damian Cross stood there breathing heavily, his uniform wrinkled, exhaustion carved deeply into his face. He looked nothing like the composed general everyone admired. The moment he saw Evelyn, his eyes turned red. "Aubrey." The old nickname slipped out instinctively. "I finally found you." He rushed toward her immediately. But Adrian stepped smoothly between them before Damian could touch her. "Control yourself, General Cross," Adrian said calmly. Damian's expression twisted with fury. "I'm trying to talk to my wife." "Former wife," Adrian corrected coldly. That single sentence shattered Damian completely. He looked at Evelyn desperately. "Aubrey, I didn't know those were divorce papers," he said hoarsely. "If I knew, I never would have signed them." Adrian let out a quiet laugh. "You seemed very focused on Serena that night." Damian clenched his fists violently. "Aubrey, we've known each other for over 20 years. His voice cracked. "We grew up together. How can you throw all of that away?" For a split second, silence fell between them. Once upon a time, Damian's pain would have broken Evelyn instantly. Now, she felt nothing except exhaustion. Because the truth was simple, Damian only came looking for her after losing her. Adrian glanced at Damian coolly. "You weren't thinking about Aubrey when you humiliated her publicly. You weren't thinking about her when you hit her. You weren't thinking about her when you protected another woman over your own wife." "Enough!" Damian exploded. Then his eyes narrowed dangerously at Adrian. "What exactly are you to her?" The restaurant fell silent. Adrian didn't hesitate even for a second. His gaze remained fixed on Damian as he answered calmly, "I'm the man who loves her properly." Chapter 7. Damian Cross finally broke. The moment Adrian admitted he loved Evelyn openly, something inside Damian snapped completely. "You shameless bastard," Damian roared. His voice echoed through the restaurant, drawing shocked stares from every table nearby. But before he could lunge forward, Evelyn slapped him, hard. The entire restaurant fell silent. Damian froze in disbelief, one hand pressed against his face. Evelyn's eyes burned with years of buried pain. "Did you feel ashamed?" she asked coldly, "when you publicly called Serena the woman you loved while you were still married to me? Did you feel ashamed when you slept with her? When you let her steal my work, my home, and my reputation? When both of you destroyed me online while I stayed silent to protect you?" Every word struck Damian like a bullet. His face turned pale. "Aubrey, no," he whispered hoarsely. "I never wanted to ruin you." Then realization hit him, his expression cracked. "You knew," Evelyn laughed bitterly. "Serena told me everything herself." The color drained entirely from Damian's face. Suddenly, all the guilt and panic he had been suppressing exploded out of him. "I was drunk that night," he said desperately. "It only happened once, I swear it wasn't intentional." Adrian finally spoke from beside her. "No," he said calmly, "you made that choice consciously." "Shut up," Damian shouted, but Evelyn raised a hand, stopping the argument immediately. "It doesn't matter anymore." Her voice was terrifyingly calm now. "You disgust me, Damian." That single sentence hurt him more than any scream ever could. Then she looked him directly in the eyes and delivered the final blow. "Finalize the divorce." Without another word, Evelyn walked away from him. And this time, Damian understood she would never come back. After that night, Damian disappeared completely from Evelyn's life. Weeks passed. Then one evening, Sarah Bennett called with shocking news. Damian's been arrested. Evelyn froze. What? Sarah sent her a leaked surveillance video. The footage showed Damian confronting Serena inside a luxury apartment building. His expression looked unrecognizable, wild, unstable, furious. "We had an agreement," Damian screamed at her. "You promised you wouldn't tell Evelyn anything." Serena cried hysterically, insisting she stayed silent. But Damian no longer believed her. Years of guilt, obsession, paranoia, and emotional instability finally shattered whatever restraint he had left. He slapped Serena violently before grabbing her throat. Then came the words that chilled Evelyn completely. "You accused Evelyn of pushing you before." Damian's eyes looked empty. So this time, he shoved Serena backward toward the balcony railing. "I'll do it for real." Serena fell several floors onto exposed construction rods below. She survived, but barely. The injuries left her permanently paralyzed. By then, public opinion had completely turned against both of them. Once people discovered how extensively Evelyn had been manipulated and framed, the internet became merciless. Crowds gathered outside Serena's hospital. People screamed insults, threw garbage. Even her own parents abandoned her. Damian Cross was convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to prison. When Evelyn heard the final verdict, she felt no satisfaction, only emptiness, because the man she once loved had destroyed himself long before prison ever claimed him. Sarah sighed quietly over the phone. "Your followers keep asking if you'll ever come back." Evelyn looked out at the unfamiliar city skyline beyond her apartment window. For the first time in years, her life felt peaceful. She had friends now, a career she truly loved, and someone beside her who never made her beg for affection. Side story: Adrian Vale's POV. Adrian first noticed Evelyn Hart during university. She was impossible not to notice. Brilliant, kind, always smiling despite the sadness hidden behind her eyes. She fed stray animals behind campus buildings and somehow remembered everyone's name. But what Adrian remembered most was her laugh. It stayed with him for years. During their final year, Evelyn received an offer from the International Conflict Bureau. Adrian also received an offer nearby at the Military Engineering Institute. Originally, he had no interest in accepting, until he learned Evelyn would be there. But when he arrived, she never came. Later, he discovered why. She gave up her dream for Damian Cross. From that moment onward, Adrian hated him. Because even from a distance, Adrian could see what Evelyn refused to admit. Damian was consuming her. Over the years, Adrian quietly followed news about Evelyn's career. Every resource he anonymously sent to her base. She used to support Damian instead. Every sacrifice, every compromise, every wound, always for Damian. Adrian wanted to ruin him countless times, but he never acted, because Evelyn loved him. And Adrian would rather suffer silently than become another source of pain in her life. Then came the livestream scandal. The accusations, the humiliation, and Adrian finally realized Damian Cross would destroy Evelyn completely if nobody intervened. So he stepped in. When Evelyn posted her divorce papers and resignation notice, Adrian immediately understood. She was finally trying to escape. He pulled favors to learn her flight information and bought the seat beside her without hesitation. Even sitting silently beside her felt enough. Then she accepted the International Bureau position after all. And Adrian knew he would wait as long as necessary. Because unlike Damian, he never wanted to possess Evelyn. He simply wanted her to be happy, even if she never loved him back. But slowly, day by day, the walls around Evelyn's heart began breaking apart. And this time, someone was there patient enough to stay.